Microsoft finally announced what's going on with next-gen accessories. If you're like me and you've been waiting for this announcement, this is a big one, actually. Well, we're talking Xbox accessories, we're talking headsets, we're talking third-party controllers, we're talking wheels, we're talking everything that could effectively plug in or connect to your current Xbox One, and how is that going to interact with your next generation console, whether it be the X or the S, whenever they effectively do announce that console that we all know is coming here, hopefully in the near future. All this being said, here's the deal. For a while, Microsoft hasn't really told us anything what's going on about, buying headsets, because I'm in the market for a new one, and how it's going to interact with the next gen console. And thankfully, Microsoft is keeping up their pride and proud tradition of just making it all work. If you have an Xbox One accessory that you're using right now, there's a very, 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 very good chance it will work just fine on your next generation console, no matter what you buy. Kicking things off here, Microsoft has shown off a new designed for Xbox logo. I mean, it's a logo, but Microsoft says it still inspires confidence and whatever. It's a logo that if you see that on a box and you go buy the device that is in that box, you will have no sleepless nights because everything in that box will work on your next generation console. And Microsoft officially is saying any officially licensed Xbox One accessory that connects to your console either wired or wirelessly via USB will work on the Xbox Series X. They also go on to say any headset that connects via Xbox wireless controller's 3.5mm headphone port will also be supported on the new console. And they also say that some gaming headsets that utilize an optical cable may require a firmware update. So there you go, wired or wirelessly, it doesn't matter how it's connecting to the console, it is going to work on the next generation device, which is good because now I can go out and buy a new pair of headsets, or a headset, I should say, that will work with my current Xbox One X, and then when the Series X does arrive, I'll be able to jump right into the exact same game I'm already playing, but with a new headset and on both consoles. And yeah, I'm pretty much buying the new console to probably continue to play Call of Duty. There'll be other ones, don't worry. But I'm really still playing a lot of Warzone as it is right now. So that is really good news. The reason why I just say this is really good news is that it just finally clears the deck about what is happening with the next gen console. For a while, myself included, I was telling people, hey, don't buy a new headset because Microsoft hadn't officially said that everything last gen will work with the next gen. We all kind of assume that, and it's typically in the Microsoft ecosystem, it's safe to assume that things that worked on last gen will work on next gen. Microsoft has a rich legacy in the Windows world of supporting old applications, and on their Xbox console, they have the best backwards compatibility on the market. And there's no surprise here that the older peripherals that you have and love will transfer just fine to the new console. So that is good news all around. There's some other news that I just wanted to highlight. Microsoft also announced, and I just think this is pretty neat, that they have built 825,000 Xbox carbon neutral consoles. Now that's not them saying, there was some weird headline saying Microsoft's already built 825,000 Xbox Series X's. No, that is not true. What they have done though is that they've built a bunch of consoles, current gen and I'm assuming next gen, that are all carbon neutral, meaning that they aren't having a negative impact on the environment, which is a good thing, and I think something that is commendable of Microsoft. They're not just building consoles, they're also being a good neighbor to the nature and just trying to keep themselves a little bit carbon neutral. Microsoft actually has a massive internal push to make the whole entire company carbon neutral, and then I believe it's by 2030 or maybe 2040, it's sometime, in a decade or two, that they will have removed all the carbon that the company has created since its inception in the 70s. That is a very lofty ambition, and it's just good. It makes you feel good about supporting Microsoft. And so there you go. If you have an accessory today, very good chance it's going to work on your console tomorrow. And that is what you need to know about Xbox accessories.